credit has lost its credibility, its charm in the post IL&FS world. What went wrong, and how is the analysis different today than it was years back? So what did IL&FS do to the whole credit space in general?
Yeah, hi Ankita. And it did go really wrong, right? You heard the word credit, and the next word you heard was default. I mean, there was nothing, it was said in one breath. And I think we need to look at what the world was just before the IL&FS default. It was a very risk-seeking world. Equity markets were rewarding risk. Debt markets were looking at yields. NBFCs, for example, were loading on short-term debt and giving long-term loans. In fact, even some small banks, as you would know, Ankita, were borrowing wholesale in large sizes and gorging themselves on corporate and real estate loans. Sense went out of the window, right? And credit to support sense. And all it needed was one spark for that to go boom. And that came in the form of higher interest rates, as well as a high-profile default of a AAA company. Then everybody started doubting everything, right? The financials you believed until yesterday, out of the window. Everybody was suspect. And it has taken a very long time for the dust to settle down. Now we are 4 years later after the IL&FS default, right? And you look at it in four years, people are saying, wo band ho jayega, ye band ho jayega. But hardly anything has, in fact, things have become better. Remember, after the IL&FS crisis, we also had a big economic shock in the form of the COVID lockdown. And companies have actually become more risk conscious, and that we can see in their balance sheets continually. So I think the world has changed, has learned some lessons, and markets, people don't learn lessons for a long time. We are supposed to repeat our mistakes, but things have improved significantly in the last few years, and we look in a better credit shape now than we were. At least we seem to know what the risk is.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.